episode 1. This is weird. This is very weird. But I would say, in all honesty, I think this has been a long time coming. Because I know I get plenty of comments like, they miss you in videos, especially there, Mr. Zach, since you're always in the back, you know, hanging out, doing admin stuff now.
At work.
Shit, he's trying to actually work while the
We need like a really cool intro video, like an intro song. Do you ever listen to like the Steve Weatherford podcast? He's got one that I'll listen to that before I work out. Like he just jacks you up. It's like, this is not your average podcast. Like he just jacks you the hell up.
Are you gonna have like laser beams?
Like a smoke coming out of the floor and then we walk into the room. Yeah, we gotta get like a cool intro song or something. I don't know.
So while that's in production, this is all you're getting now.
Something like Always Sunny when they come out to Birds of War and they and they're just like flapping their wings walking in. It'd be a perfect intro.
So while we're working on that, and I mean this is episode 1, I honestly we thought about it. We made a list of a good amount of decent people, but I think there could only be one person to be on this podcast for the first episode to start off with a bang, and that's Mr. Chris Capone, everyone's favorite, most helpful person in the world.
That's me, most helpful, most inappropriate. I don't know what they give me, but thanks for having me. It's this is something. It's really cool actually getting members involved, and there's 1,000 subjects you could talk about, and I'm sure everyone's going to have their own spin on everything. So it's kind of cool to bring them in and let the members talk about their experience here.
Yeah.
I've been here now since they opened. It's been over 4 years, and me personally, I've never lasted in a gym more than 6 months working out. You sit there and it's like, all right, it's New Year's. You come in, it's January. You start working out. All right, I got 6 months till June starts. I gotta look good with my shirt off on the beach because I'm going down to the Jersey Shore and I'm gonna try and meet women. Like, it's just
face bumping.
Yeah, but that was what it was. And my brother took me. I was this 140 pound, 6 foot anorexic looking scrawny kid. It was like people thought I should be fed. Like I was malnutritioned, and it's but that ended. We worked out for 6 months, got me going, and it would be 6 months off until winter. Then January would start, and you come back in. And here it's completely different. It's been 4.5 years of meeting great people too. I mean, that's what keeps me going, is the different people you meet in here, the friends we've made. I'm not from this area, so when we moved out here, this was we started meeting people that same kids our age. Everyone's relatively within 10 years of each other. I know some of us are a little older than some other ones, but yeah, it's really good. We've gone on vacations together as families. We've traveled. We did the regionals. Last year we rented
that was fun.
rented a motor home and drove up to a camping trip, and it was some of our wives thought it was didn't know if it was a Brokeback Mountain gone fishing type of thing, and just a couple of us going out, but we survived. We made it out here, and it's good. It's a whole good crew of people here.
Yeah, I mean the community here is, being the 3 or 4 different gyms and trying to drop into gyms every time I go somewhere, you always see that each community is great, but I feel like here a lot of our people, yourself included, have just tons and tons of welcoming arms. Like everyone's always like, we're going here, we're doing this, like everyone's always together, whether it's at an event that we do here or outside of the gym. Like there's always something going on in our community, which is always awesome to see. Mm-hmm. Probably every time there's someone new, at least, for the first couple weeks, it's always, hey, how are you? What's your name? Do you have any kids? Our members try and learn everything about someone that they can and really try and take them in. Because again, someone like you who's not from this area comes in, and then now you just met 100 plus people that are at least in the same boat as you. Maybe they don't know anyone, or they're new to the area or something like that, but it's just, I think it's funny how this has become like a social place rather than just a place to work out.
Yeah.
Which is always nice.
Oh no, absolutely. It's the escape. Yeah. We're older, everyone's got kids, everything. This is an hour, and I'll use my wife as an example. No one stresses out more than this woman that I've ever seen. And I love her to death, but she is just constantly it's work, it's kids, it's life, her mind, and she can't turn her brain off. Mm-hmm. And this is an hour where she disconnects from the entire world. Like, none of that matters for that hour. And it's a mental break. And there's a lot of people that don't have that. Like, they can't turn themselves off. Me, I can't turn myself on. That brain never wants to click on, but it's just, it's an escape for some people. But like you said, it's intimidating. I remember we first started, and there would be a 5:30 class, and 6:30, there was no all-outs back then, it was all WOD classes, but then 6:30 might have been like a 101 prep. So new people were coming in, and you see guys like, you have Rick, you have like these beasts that could just lift tons of weight and do everything, and they're putting 200-something pounds over their head, and these new people are walking in that's never seen this before, and you know, they may have gone to a gym, they may have been on a treadmill, they may have been on like the little bench pressing machines and, you know, little light dumbbells doing some work. And you see these guys just throwing weight and weight's crashing down, you know, Dave's chalking up and setting up for his snatch for an hour. I mean, like, it's...
And that's our one per episode.
It's one, I'm going to have a couple more, don't worry. But it's like, this is an intimidating place, and but it's fun. Like, this is, like, it's family. Like, they come in here, like, I look forward to seeing people. Like, in the morning, alarm, it's 4:45, goes off in the morning. Who in the right mind wants to get up and do something at that point? Like, thank God for Nivi coming in and, you know, opening the doors for us at that point, because how they can find someone to do that consistently, like, and how you get up on your own just to come and work out that early in the morning, it amazes me. But, you know, it's a family here. We bring these people in, and, you know, you want them to feel welcome. They used to call me the Walmart greeter. Anytime we were doing any type of like squats or front rack, anything that you do off a rack, I'd have one of those portable racks in front of the door, and I'd be doing it, and people would walk in, I'd be like, "How you doing?" I was literally called the Walmart greeter in this place. So, but it's great. It really is. And, you know, if I don't have this today, for instance, you know, I didn't get to work out at 5:30 in the morning. My day is completely screwed up. Like, I am just off. My body doesn't feel right. Like, I have to try and work out tonight for, you know, and it's not going to go well. Like, I understand that coming into it now. My body just does not feel
it's not going to feel good afterwards either. Because once it happens, it's over. You might take tomorrow off, maybe just a little bit.
Yeah. As long as I don't have ballet class to go to tomorrow, I'm good.
But yeah, then it's just, I mean, it's a lot of the times too, it's not only just you who has problems like getting up and getting motivated. It's just like, it seems like that's just your personality type, that once you stick to something, you're in it. Like, once you create the routine of getting up early, getting in here, getting it done, and then going off and having your day, like, that's your personality type. Like, you're able to turn that on in the morning, get in here, get what you need. There's some people who will never see before 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, again, I know when I used to work out in Freehold, I used to have to go later in the day just because I work so early. It's a lot of a learning curve. It's a lot of an adjustment to have that switch between working out in the morning. It takes those first couple weeks to really get in that routine.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
And especially because first days, all right, you're excited. Okay, I'm waking up at 5:30. You get there and you go in. Second day, you're like, all right, I can get this day in. Then you're getting that second day soreness, and you wake up and say it's Wednesday because you started on a Monday, and you're just, I'm not getting out of bed. Like that, if you can get in that third day, like, that's a huge thing, because you're so sore, you're hurting. But
yeah,
I mean, you growing up, you're, you know, college sports, baseball, and things like that, you were used to a routine. Like, this is when practice was, this is when that. Like, for me, I have to have that routine in the morning because there's always an excuse afterwards. Like, I'm not going because work ran late, or I got to pick up the kids, or I'm just tired. Like, I don't want to go. Like, just to mentally be able to work out, like, after having a whole day, to me,
yeah,
I can't do that. Like, there's some people that can, and they come in religiously, 4:30, 5:30 every day. That's just what they do.
Yeah.
My personality is, my only excuse I have is not getting out of bed. And knowing that I'm going to see the people here is, like, one of those things. Like, not only the people that I'm working out with, you guys as coaches, you know, inspiring us, teaching us, making us better. Like, and there's some people that, listen, everyone in here is going to be different. You're going to have your people that come in and just go through the motions. You're going to have your people that examine every movement and want to be the best at everything. You're going to have the ones that are just pushing themselves as hard as they can until they're passing out on the floor. It's like, it's a whole variety of people coming here, but, like, everyone's good in their own way. I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that, but it just, it's another reason to come here. It is the people. It's the community that we build. Like I say, we go out, we have things, there's parties in the summer, in the winter, after doing like the competition, everyone's going to Zigmeister's down the road and, getting beers together. It's a good community. I've met so many people here, and I keep wanting to meet more, because if I ever run into the guy that's an electrician, I need an electrician, that's the guy I'm calling.
So it's more just like,
it's networking.
It's networking.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm cheap and I need to find.
So it's good when like Matt Morello comes in because he's the mayor. And
oh yeah, I get pulled over in Long Valley all the time, and I'm like, I know Matt. And
yeah.
All right, just go.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
So it's not really about as much community as much as, well, now I've got an electrician, now I've got a plumber, I've got a mayor, I've got a police chief.
It is all about me. Yes. It's all about taking care of Chris Capone. Yes.
It's all about number one. But yeah, like you said, there are so many different types of people that, I mean, not only that you see just even in the morning class, just from being here. I mean, you're one of the best people to talk to about it, just because you've been here since the start. You've seen the different, and all gyms have it, seen the different walks of life that come through here and what people are going through, what their personality is like, and things like that. And I mean, again, for being a part of Strong Together for the past 4.5, going on 5 years, you know Hackettstown, other locations, you have an idea of who's where, and people know you outside of this gym. People know you within the Strong Together network, so you get to see different types of personalities, and you get to see what other people are like in other settings, and even just what people are like in this setting. I'm sure there's people who you've seen outside of here or in here that it's like two totally different people.
Yes.
Like, I mean, we always get joked on, especially at Watzker's, that like when us as coaches are all dressed up, like, when's the last time you saw us in something other than sweatpants, shorts, t-shirt, and a sweatshirt? Like, it's just not, it's so much different how someone is inside of the gym versus someone outside of the gym, because it's just, you're in here for an hour, you get an hour to socialize and get some work done, and then you go on your way.
Yeah.
But as someone who has one of, I mean, and I'm sure anyone who knows you in Hackettstown or even here would attest to it, someone with a little bit more of a bigger personality for here. I mean, again, the fact that you had the Walmart greeter nickname, like, you have an idea of different personalities. And, like, let me ask, like, what kind of personalities do you see here, not just in the 530, but just in general?
Like you said, all walks of life completely. And one, I don't know, it's not so much a personality trait, but one of the things I noticed was don't sell people short. I mean, we walked in here when we first started, and I'm looking at this, and I know this is going to come off like a chauvinist or something like that, but I saw some of these moms coming in here, like, in those first days, and I'm like, and I went to the first workout, and I thought I was, not that I was in good shape, I was fat Chris back then, but, played sports, play hockey, still continue to play hockey, so I thought, like, all right, like, this should be good. And some of these workouts killed me. And it was a couple pull-ups and a couple jump ropes. I mean, it wasn't anything that bad. And I'm looking going, oh, she's not lasting, he's not lasting. Like, I'm looking at this like, this is going to kill him. These people are here over 4 years later, and they're crushing it. Like, and it showed me that how strong people really can be. Like, and whether it's keeping them here, if it's the motivation, whatever is keeping them here, they all have their own thing. Some people it's an escape. Some people it's, for me, I saw myself in the mirror and I said, and I was having trouble carrying my kids up the stairs. And I'm like, I gotta get back in shape. I'm like, this is just horrible. Mm-hmm. So everyone has a different drive to do it, but it's amazing to see how strong some people are mentally. I mean, when things are, I don't think there's been one workout I don't walk out and be like, that was absolutely horrible. All right, who wants to do it again tomorrow? Like, that's just, it's this weird thing, and this is, and seeing the people that are like that here, we have people in their 60s and, like, people that are 18. And, like, these same people are doing these same workouts, whether it be scaled or RX or whatever, they're still doing the same work and putting the same effort in. And it's just amazing to see that. And that's the thing that, I really like to see. Like, I love to see people improving and people getting better. And, like, to me, it was great. Like,
and I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, which is great. And it's crazy how, if you watch CrossFit videos on YouTube, the big thing is that you have, Fortune 500 CEOs working out next to janitors. Like, in what kind of setting other than a place like this, or, any of our other locations, do you have someone who is 60 years old working out right next to someone who's 18 doing the exact same workout, like you said? Like, it's amazing to see. And we've had so many members who had, we have them all over, success stories between here, Hackettstown, Roxbury, all of our locations always has those handful or pile full of success stories that just make it like all worthwhile, to the point where you say, if they can do it, I can do it. And it really is. It's a testament to how much drive and how much heart a lot of people have here, which is always great to see. It's always great to see someone push themselves, and that's why we do it. That's why we as coaches come here. We want to make sure that, if your goal is to play with your kids, that you can play with your kids. If your goal is to see your grandkids, then that's what we want to get you to. We want to make sure that you can achieve the goals, because everyone has that why for them. And when you can figure that out, when you really tap into that, you can do anything here, for sure.
And I think it's funny because I think you said this a while back. I think it was at Watsker's, funny enough. No, you weren't drunk yet. This is pre-drinks. Pre-drinks about Watsker's.
Coach
about 3 p.m.
He was actually sober at the time. So the thing is like but the way you kind of put it is like, we want to make this the best hour of your life. And I don't think you guys really understand what that means to us. And I think I bring a unique perspective in, just because I'm the newest of the coaches coming in. So that idea of like a new person coming in doesn't always apply to just members. Now we're talking about the coach too. So now, like me coming in, I had to fill big shoes, because I know how loved Christine was being here, and I know the footprint she had in Chester.
It's okay, she wasn't that great.
You heard it first.
Love you, Christine.
Oh, I'm sure I'm gonna get.
I'm gonna get something. I'm gonna get a text for that one, I'm sure.
And cut that.
But yeah, it was like, it was a little bit daunting, just a little bit, because I knew the footprint that she had, and Trish had let me know, and we had introduced me and everything like that, and I can kind of feels like, okay, this is getting my feet wet now, because I had spent the past 10 years getting people to do what I tell them, because they kind of had no choice. It was the military.
Yeah.
It's like, if I outrank you, you're gonna do what I tell you, and that's kind of the end of it. Now it's kind of, it's definitely not that same kind of sentiment, but the idea is like, I'm here to try to make you better, and you gotta trust me. There's got to be some kind of mutual trust there, and I think the first couple of months it took a little bit, but I think the 530 crew is still by far my favorite. Sorry guys, it's just because that I knew that was gonna be the hardest group to kind of like come over and like, hey, let me in, hey, I'm good, bring peace, all that stuff, and kind of just to get you guys on my side and to trust the things that I say, like I know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
And have trust and faith in my ability to kind of make you better. And like I said, we try to make this the best hour of your life, but this is also kind of like an escape for us. I know, like me personally, had a lot of stuff go down within the past year, but this was truly like my escape. Like no one in here knew exactly what was going on in my personal life or anything, and that's the way I wanted it, just because I didn't want to answer all the questions. But you guys made it very easy to just be myself in here, and to just, all right, I just need to get my mind off it. Let me coach. I just want to coach just to keep my mind off things outside of here. And then I can kind of reset myself and then go back out there and have to do what I got to do while I'm out there.
Oh yeah.
But it's definitely, the feeling is definitely mutual on both sides of that coin. So I would say, like, members, it's like we know what you guys feel, because we feel things too. Yes, we're not all robotic. We feel things. We get mad, we get sad, we get angry too. We're just like, we're humans at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like how we come together. And I like this dynamic we have here, because it is a very thorough melting pot. You get a little bit of everything in terms of personality. You have your introverts, your extroverts, like over the top people, and then we've got like the people that will sit in the corner and not say a word, and maybe I get 1 or 2 words out of them. Yeah. But that's all I usually need.
Those are the ones I like to go for, to really like that. That's where, like, the teeth and the fangs come out. Like, I want to get them, like, nothing better than seeing someone that's been like quiet and and not say anything for like all these classes, just to like finally get them to feel like part of the group, because those are the ones you want to bring in.
Yeah.
Who know? Are they nervous? Are they intimidated? Is it a social disorder that they don't like talking to people? I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah.
But to try and make them feel welcome is like
And I think it's like the funniest one. It's one of the ones we were bringing up. We were thinking about like small successes. It was like during one of our meetings, and like the funniest, I couldn't think of anything, but the first thing I thought of was Lisa Marie.
Yeah.
Reason being, she's only said like 2 words to me inside the gym. And then one day, like Wendy was here. I have proof Wendy was here. She asked for help. Asked, like, can you show me how to learn how to snatch? Because this was after inner box battle. And then, like, they both stayed. Wendy stayed with her, and they learned some stuff. And, like, that was the first time I've heard her say more than 5 words inside this gym, which is the weirdest thing I've ever had to experience. It's
hard, too. Again, they come in at 5:30 and coming into a place where it's established and, you know, like, there's people that have been there, like, for a long time.
It's like the regulars.
Yeah. It's like, you know, trying to get them, and I always laugh. I laugh. I think she stopped coming to 5:30 because I dressed up as Coach Steve for Halloween. That may have been her last 5:30 class. But no, seeing her, that's a great example. Interbox battle, like, she's improved so much going through weight loss, got her eating right, did like all these different things, and then got first place at the interbox battle in her division, right? Like,
and that was like, very unexpected.
And then now she's like, it's almost she gets the thirst, and then we start talking to her after that, and I think she's, after school and everything's done, she wants to join the Army, right, or the military, some branch. But this is what she's doing to prepare for that, and like it's just so, like, again, this could be anyone, just, and that's how she's preparing for it, doing something like that.
Yeah.
That's a great success story.
But it's always great also to have members like yourself who, like you said, if there's someone in the corner that's not talking or trying, or, you know, just kind of working out, just wants to just keep their headphones on or whatever the case may be, like it's nice that we have members here, and I know other locations do as well, but someone, like I said, someone like yourself who will go over, because sometimes for us as coaches to go over, it's kind of like, why are they coming over here? Like, am I doing something wrong?
Yeah.
Like, should I be doing something different? Like, why are they? It's nice to have from a member's perspective, because you guys relate better to each other than you will relate to us. Like, members will relate better to other people that are in their situation. Like, you go over and tell someone, hey, you know, hi, I'm Chris, like, you know, just introducing yourself and just kind of lightening their mood, because like you said, sometimes it is, whether it's an intimidation factor or they're worried about what they're doing or whatever the case may be, it's always nice to have members in our gym that allow them to feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
And I mean, even just, and again, it's just the different personalities that we have here. I mean, even the 3 of us, like, he was in the military, I was a college athlete, and I don't really know.
I did like a 5-1 technical school for like computers.
And you do that.
Yeah.
And you go to ballet on Saturdays.
It's true.
So,
and I married up. That's the key. I married up.
So that's the, and I mean, it's like, even, like I said, the 3 of us, that's 3 different personalities, and in one, like, out of 200 people.
Yeah.
And it only gets a wider range from there.
And it gets really weird at 5:30. Like, I mean, the different people there, and it's different combinations of people. So like, you could have, like, I'll use, as Christine used to call us, the boy band. I'll use us as a perfect example. Of course, you know, you get Rick, you get Dave, you get John. Any combination of 2 of us, it's mellow, like we have a good time.
But then
if you throw John Flanagan into the mix, into any of the dynamic there, it just changes everything. And I don't know what it is about him, but he just brings, like...
He looked very lost this morning, by the way.
I heard he was all by himself today. We got a text at like 6:30 in the morning.
What's happening right now?
He's like, why am I the only one in the gym?
He was very confused about what was going on this morning.
It's bizarro world.
But it's even crazy, like, even with the 5:30, you have someone like Rick and yourself who are stronger athletes. Like Rick, you know, deadlifting 500 pounds, college football player. You're just tall,
awkward. You can say it. It's okay.
You're tall-ish. You can row.
Okay.
You give it your all.
I try to give it my all. Yes.
But you're working out next to someone like Laurel, who's not deadlifting 500 pounds.
She's up over 200.
Right. But
which is insane.
Yeah, which is crazy for where she's at, for sure. But someone like that who's now has gotten bitten by, almost like Lisa Marie, like you said, like that kind of competition bug.
Yeah.
Because now Laurel's wondering how to improve her open scores and how to lift more weight and things like that. And I think that also not only just comes from, like we were talking about earlier, her drive total, but it comes from someone's just atmosphere. Like, you're a product of your environment. for the most part, and especially with
if you
that
met my family, if you met my family, this would all make a lot more
Exactly.
sense. Yes, a product of my environment.
So and I mean, all of our members, they come to the 5:30 sometimes, or even they come to a later class where it's, you know, it's not that it's so competitive, but it's, you know, we're really trying to hit this workout hard, and we're trying to RX these things and things like that. We're trying to get those little skills better. That's when you become someone who does the same thing.
Yeah.
Tries to do the same thing, wants to beat the person next to you versus coming in, getting a workout. They want to really push themselves. And I think once people understand that, regardless of your environment, as long as you're doing what you can to get that, like we said before, the best hour of your day, everything is just going to fall in place here for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, we took over that 4:30 class one day. I think it snowed and it was like closed at 5:30. But there was like 6 or 7 of us from 5:30 came in at 4:30 in the afternoon, and like that class just looks at us all, and we just kind of like stormed in like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it. Like,
yeah.
You know, let's have a little bit of fun. And like I think they loved it. Like it was just, it's a different environment. I'm sure every class is the same, because you have, you know, 9:30 class is probably a lot of people that just dropped their kids off at school, and they, you know, had to do what they do, or they may go into work late, or, you know, we used to have Tim King, who was a cop, who used to come in, and like that was the end of his shift, and he would come in for 9:30. But I'm sure like that class has its own feel to it, its own personality. The noon classes, you know, people, you know, people like, you get your Matt, you get, you know, Rich and Janine, you get all these people coming in because it's like, you know, they have a break in the day where they can come in there. Each class has its own feel to it, and again, that's why I'm definitely over the top, and I get that, and I understand that. It's probably a lot of the pre-workout that, you know, gets you a little amped up, but it's how you want to start a day. I mean, you know, I don't want to just go through, okay, let me just lift this, all right, let me do a burpee, okay, and, you know, and be done with it. I want to go in there and, like, you want to get people up, get them going, get them moving is, like, you know, a motivator. I think they look at that, like, you know, we've had times where, you know, some of the classes, and this is predating you, where, you know, there might have been some conflicts in the class, and it was a very, like, quiet class, but it just had a whole different feel to it. It feels like nobody wants that. Like, why else are you coming here? Like, you know.
Yeah, and like you said, all the classes do have their own feel, but it's funny that the 5:30, you know, you, Rick, John, Dave, at the 9:30,
even the girls now.
At the 9:30, there's a different John, Rick,
Sasha, Ronnie.
Like, each class has their own boy band.
They have their own boy band.
And that's why all of our classes for our coaches are so much fun, because no matter what class you're in, it's going to be, you're going to have a fun class.
Yeah.
Like, there's always, whether it's the members making it fun, which you guys always do, or whether it's us as coaches that just bring the energy to it, which, you know, we do our best to make sure that you guys, like we said in the beginning, it's all about making it the best hour of your day.
Yeah.
So if we can do that by bringing our energy and just kind of, you know, that's why we joke around a little bit, we lighten the mood, but we get to work, we get the workouts done. Yeah. So we make every class the 5:30 class in a way.
Yeah, and again, it's as much fun as you have. Like, we put work in when we're here, and every class does. Like, it is, like, this is no joke.
Yeah.
Like, and again, it's great because it can be no joke from jumping pull-ups to no joke doing ring muscle-ups. Like, it's the same no joke for everybody, just what they can handle.
Yeah.
And it's, my wife's gonna kill me for this. It is the best hour of my day, because I don't think of anything else. Like, everyone's sleeping at home, the kids aren't there, you know, like, life just stops for an hour. And that's the best part about it.
For a lot of people, that's the biggest part. That's the biggest part of why they're here.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow.
Episode 1.